Hola, unreporting once again with some more Dark Savior Parallel 4. We have just entered Silver Castle, and the obvious way the Parallel 4 screws with you is in the 60-minute timer, which will result in Garion's forcible discorporeation if it counts down, so we'll be wanting to avoid that. However, as hinted at in a comment by, I believe it was Bloodly Shiva, there is another timer that you don't see, which is another way that Parallel 4 kinda fucks with you. That is the invisible countdown to the death of your next friend. Because, of course, Carbon Garion is targeting each of our fellow bounty hunters in turn in order to drain their blood, strengthen his tie to this world, while weakening our own. And we'll want to avoid that. Anyway, if you let your friends die, there are some minor dialogue changes and some different music in the ending, but I am probably not going to bother with that, because not knowing exactly how long you have until your next friend dies, it's a pain in the ass to make sure you get on the right branch, and also the differences are really pretty minor. Anyway, beyond all that, up until the end of Silver Castle, there's nothing new to see here, so I'm going to break for a while and come back when something happens. See you then. Okay, we've made very respectable time, and we're back at the Flying Tower, previously seen in Parallel 2. And here we see that Orion, the wolf guy with the oddly held axe, is the first to be targeted by Carbon Garion. Fortunately, we're on our way. Here in plenty of time, I believe. How can you? I really kind of wonder what Carbon Garion is getting at there. It seems almost like he's offended by some action of Orion's. But anyway, we've arrived. Except it's actually Mr. Shoemiser, apparently a previous arrest of Orion's. I'm Mr. Adidas, I'm Mr. Nike, I'm Mr. Chuck Taylor, I'm Mr. those sandals you like, I don't know. And at long last we have a title justification. Some of you had to be wondering when that would come along. And we do start out with a capture, even though we didn't actually get to catch him at the end of Parallel 3. We have JJ. Now, JJ is extremely awkward, but this is where another bit of Parallel 4 fuckery comes in. JJ, to compensate for his awkwardness, at least does have a double hit attack. Anyway, yes, this is another way in which Parallel 4 is unkind. Garion is very fragile. You know, I never did, like, a proper numerical comparison or anything, but it always seems to me like he takes a lot more damage in this parallel than he normally would, probably because he's being forcibly removed from reality. And JJ does have a pretty awesome super. Anyway, so while Garion is still very comfortable to use and very viable, you really can't afford to take many hits with him, so Parallel 4 does give you more justification to use captures than you normally would have. And to that end, it gives you a lot of them. I think Parallel 4 may have the largest number of unique captures in the game, actually. You know, don't hold me to that, but it feels that way, if nothing else. For example, we've already got JJ for starters, and in a moment, I will be just barely able to apprehend Bibos once again. And because we're on time to rescue our buddy, we'll also get him, in a somewhat suggestive-sounding line. Another benefit to rescuing your friends is that you get a boost to your timer. Not a big boost to your timer, but every little bit helps. Anyway, our exit is somewhere over here, I believe. Roughly the same place we came up in Parallel 1, I think. Yeah, this is where we came through in Parallel 1. Anyway, I believe our next target is Golden Castle, but we'll find out shortly enough. Where's the exit? Here we are. Ah, yes, we have to proceed through the mausoleum again. Yeah, no big deal. That is assuming I can figure out where I'm going. Straight into the corpse hand. That's where I'm going. Lots of points, though, so that's okay. Oh, that was really bad as ideas go. Fortunately made the save. Let's see, is there going to be a tombstone sliding out for me? Yes, there is. Okay, that's how I was supposed to have done it. That's really a lot harder to do in this direction because the camera is kind of uncooperative. Let's see, nice long jump to my left. And I do believe we are through. But we'll have to deal again with Gallon first. And since we have some new captures, I might as well redo this fight. Nothing new to say here. Let's use, let's see, we've got Dubose. We'll use Orion. So we haven't seen his sprite in combat yet, whereas we've seen Dubose fighting us. Much like King Lard, Orion has a really weird axe animation. And is not the swiftest attacker in the book. But he has decent range. And a reasonably nice super. We'll have no zombie shoryukens in my house. And as usual, we cannot capture Gallon, so just take him out with the goofy-looking underhanded axe shoryuken. Collect our points, and move on with our lives. Oh, there's more mausoleum. Yay for that, sir. I am truly having a bad time with the floor-mounted undead today. Much better. Once again, the camera is a little less helpful with respect to how its perspective works in this direction. I do not want to fuck up this jump. Very nice. And here we are introduced to a fresh form of Parallel 4 fuckery. Kaiser just always has regular dialogue. He does not offer save services. There are no save services in Parallel 4. So if you're playing this on a real Saturn, guess what? You have to do it all in one sitting. Yeah. Save states are very good to have in this particular situation. Anyway, that's about enough for today. I'll see you next time when we move on to the next of the Metallic Castles and our next Imperial buddy. See you then.